Assalamu to everyone. Hope you all are doing great. आज का हमारा वेबिनार जो है वो कि वर्मी कंपास्टिंग जो कि एक बहुत इनोवेटिव टॉपिक है उस पर होने वाला है एंड आई होप यू ऑल पीपल वुड एंजॉय दिस वेबिनार। और आज मैं आप सबको वर्मी कंपास्टिंग जो कि एक बहुत इनोवेटिव और सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स की एक बहुत बेसिक फाउंडेशन बनी हुई है एंड पीपल मोस्टली कंसिडर दैट वेस्टेज इज अ बिग प्रॉब्लम ऑल अराउंड। हम सब जानते हैं कि वेस्ट कितना ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लमेटिक हो गया है बिकॉज इट इज़ कंपाउंडिंग डे बाय डे और वेस्ट को मैनेज करना बहुत मुश्किल हो गया है। तो वेस्ट को मैनेज करने का सबसे आसान और इनोवेटिव तरीका क्या होगा? द बेस्ट थिंग इज टू डू इज टू स्टॉप फ्रॉम द सोर्स वेयर इट्स कमिंग। यही आज तरीका हम आपको बताएंगे कि कैसे आप अपने घर में बैठे बैठे अपना वेस्ट मैनेज कर सकते हैं। विद इट यू कैन नॉट ओनली यूज इट टू फर्टाइल योर लैंड और यू कैन से सिंपली कि आप अपने गमलों वगैरह में उन वेस्ट मटेरियल को रिसाइकिल करके एज ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड यूज कर सकते हैं जो कि एज ए बायो फर्टिलाइजर एक्ट करेंगे। So, before introducing all of the rest of the stuff related to the topic, let me just introduce myself. I am Aman Khokar, the Vice Chairman of PNL, Plant a New Life, an organization responsible for plantation and reforestation activities. हमारे मल्टीपल प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं जो कि सिर्फ रिस्पॉन्सिबल हैं इको फ्रेंडली डेवलपमेंट्स पे जो कि पाकिस्तान में बहुत कम होती है। जैसे पाकिस्तान बहुत ज़्यादा इन्वायरमेंट डिग्रेडेशन को फेस कर रहा है विद द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ क्लाइमेट चेंज, हम बहुत ज़्यादा सब्सटेंशियल डैमेज का शिकार हैं और ये डैमेज कम नहीं हो रहा बल्कि बढ़ रहा है। So, what is the solution of that? Why don't we just use the youth, which is educated and also competent enough to deal with all these problems? और यही आइडिया हम लेकर चले थे प्लांट अ न्यू लाइफ में। और आज ये फाउंडेशन इस हद तक बढ़ चुकी है that we have multiple projects and we have a whole community of 3,000 people. We are working hard to expand further and make a positive change in the community. After that, let me just introduce you towards the speaker of our webinar, which is quite one of the most educated person in his whole domain. While most of the people consider कि हम बहुत सारे economic professors या scientists को जानते हैं, but there are limited amount of professors which have worked in microbiology and agronomy. और इन दो domains को majority cases में separate समझा जाता है, हालांकि there is a close association with each other. So let me just introduce you to Dr. Zubair Aslam. Assalamu sir.
Walaikum salam.
So let me just give you a brief statement about the description of your technicalities and expertise. So Dr. Zubair Aslam is an associate professor at Faculty of Agriculture, specializing in agronomy. He's an HSC approved supervisor and conduct uh, research on agronomy and microbiology. Sir, your interest mostly lies in weed control to control methods and composting biofertilizers and microbiological applications. हालांकि बहुत कम लोग जानते हैं that sustainable agriculture itself completely depends upon one thing, which is the microbiology. और हम इस चीज को आज एक्सप्लोर करेंगे. His work contributes significantly towards the sustainable agriculture practices and microbial sciences. So let me hand over this virtual platform to you, sir. You can deliver your
Uh,
lecture.
Thank you very much, Aman. I am really thankful to you for introducing me and giving me opportunity that I can contact with my students, and also I think there are my some teachers are here. So I would like to say Assalamu alaikum to everybody, and I'm really happy that you have indicated a very important topic, which is especially nowadays is very important because there are some certain problems which we can handle in these days by doing vermicompost. So our topic today is vermicomposting and sustainable agriculture. And my introduction, as Aman told, I am associate professor in Department of Agronomy. Actually, this was really incidence for doing vermicompost. My during my MSc honors, I did work on the some weed control and like that. But during my PhD from South Korea, I got PhD in microbiology. When I came to Pakistan, I was really thinking what to do here because there are a lot of fields you can enter and you can do something. So one day I was thinking to how to do some studies about the earthworms' functions in the soil, how they can affect the seed bank of the weeds in the soil because they are moving every time in the soil and they are making a lot of tunnels moving from the top to the bottom and bottom to up and a lot of everybody has some observations in the lawns or in the on the water channels at least they can see the some mud pellets on the ground. So these are the indicators that there exist some earthworms, and especially when the rains come, you can see a lot of earthworms on the ground. So when I was digging the earth and I was looking for some earthworms, I found, and then when I went to literature, uh, it was amazing for me that vermicompost is the main function of the earthworms. So I started to do work on the vermicompost, and it was also amazing for me that I could not find a proper person working on the vermicompost in Pakistan, except few one, and also they have very limited, earthworm species in Pakistan. So I said that okay, I promised by myself that I should serve this thing to all my farming community and my students and researchers. So I have started this one. And and uh, uh, okay, so when I study this vermicompost, I have some other things in Pakistan, as you can see here, that applied nutrient use efficiency is very low. Mostly less than 70% जो है loss होता है fertilizers का, which we apply in the soils. And also human malnutrition is a big issue. Heavy metal accumulation, excessive and expensive use of chemical fertilizers, accumulation of agricultural waste in enough amount, and then it's burning causing smoke like problems, scarcity of water, poor soil fertility, etc. Lot of problems we have. So there are, although a lot of options we can adopt, and we can go over there and we can do some solutions. But here, I think the vermicompost is the best solution for them. It can handle a lot of problems. And I was lucky when I was searching and I was doing some work. I applied to the HEC and they have granted me in 2017 one project, which was vermicomposting resourceful organic fertilizer to improve agricultural production and soil health. It was around 7.4 million rupees grant. And then I was again lucky that I have very good contact with the Turkish scientists, which are very expert in vermicompost. And I got another project, which is Pak Turk Research Mobility Grant Program, in which I went to Turkey and they also came to Pakistan. We have now MOU with them, and now our students can go there and their students can come to Pakistan for exchange program. So this was also around 1.68 million rupees project. Now, I would like to say that what is vermicomposting? Vermicomposting is actually a name of the process. Vermicomposting is the process by which earthworms are used to convert organic materials into a humus-like material known as vermicompost. So there are a lot of things and processes and ways we can do composting, and this is also one of them. Vermicompost is stable, fine granular organic fertilizer rich in humus and nutrients. So this is blessed with many things, which I will explain. Generally, the use of vermicompost in soil is a form of recycling contained in waste and reducing chemical fertilizer use. The input cost of vermichemical fertilizers, which have a significant share in the agricultural inputs in the conventional system, are increasing steadily. This fact leads both fertilizer companies and big farmers into new quests. The solution to this problem is to produce vermicompost. So for vermicompost, we have to understand that first of all, the main thing which is very important for vermicompost is earthworms. And in Pakistan, only few studies have been done to know what kind of earthworms we have. So there are actually three types of earthworms: epigeic, endozoic and anixic. So epizoic are, the upper horizon, which is organic layer. They exist over there, and there are a lot of species. Around 1800 species are existing in the world. In Pakistan, four or five, or maybe more than 10 species are existing. Okay, and the best one is Azina fetida. Other species which exist in the soil, they are soil eaten, and they can eat the soil and they can digest and they can send the, excrete the pellets which we see on the some water channels or in the lawns. But Azina fetida is very special. This is Australian type or Australian species, which can eat the organic matter directly, and they can, chew and they can digest, and then, they can make vermicompost. And other than this, they have a lot of other characters. For example, they can, in breeding is very fast, and they are very active. They can move here and there very fastly. And also they are very resistant to the environmental conditions, especially a little bit high temperature, moisture, like this, some other things. Now, I would like to say something that why we are studying this vermicompost, and especially why our students will get interest in this topic. Now, let's see what is going on in the world. The global vermicompost market was valued around 87,680 million US dollar in 2020, and it is expected that it will be 2,34,370 million US dollar in 2029. Okay, so I think this is a big number, and it is really, moving ahead, and its marketing trend is very nice, and people are getting more and more awareness, and now, they are trying to do by themselves. And also at this time, I would like to say that this is really very easy technique, no problem to do this one, and anybody can do, especially farmers. Farmers are looking for those technologies which can be done very easily, and they can be handled easily, and low cost. So this is the true technology for our farmers also. Especially, I am really happy that most of the students are interested, and they want to do at their own level, as well as they want to do at commercial level. So no, so that's really good thing. Then in Turkey, which we have collaboration, there are around 15 big companies in which are registered, or other than 4,500 illegal companies are also existing there. Okay, in India also, over 270 vermicomposting units are there, but this number is very small. Actually, most of the farmers are doing vermicompost, and they are interested in the vermicomposting, and also they are using the vermicompost. The product name is vermicompost. The vermicomposting is a process. In Pakistan, National Agriculture Research Center, Islamabad, is also doing some studies, but it is really very limited. Top market in the world, they may have the Mynoke, Nutrisoil, some other names are there. They are big champions in the world. Okay, so currently vermicompost center in UAF has been established, and most of the students have visited. And I would like to invite other students which are now listeners, and they are attending this seminar, that they can come to University of Agriculture of Islamabad. I will be really happy to host you, and you can visit, and you can get training and a lot of knowledge, and that will be very helpful to you. Some other regions in the world, from North America, United States, Canada, and Mexico, from European countries, Germany, UK, France, etc. There is there, especially Russia and Turkey, and Asian Pacific in China, Japan, Korea, India, Australia. You can see that almost all countries are there, especially Gulf countries, including Egypt, Saudi Arabia. They are also doing vermicompost. Why vermicomposting is important for the plants? it is also important. Sorry. Okay. So, from soil, for soil and nutrients, improve soil aeration. That's very important because if we directly, some people ask, can we apply directly some earthworms in the soil? My answer is no. There are some special earthworms you can apply in the earth. They can eat the soil, but these type of species like Azina fetida you cannot apply in the soil. But how they improve the soil aeration? They can improve soil aeration through adding by adding the organic matter, enriches soil with microorganisms. I think the most important function of vermicompost is the adding of the active microflora, because when the our biomass move from the gut of the earthworm, lot of earthworms which are active, they join the activity of the digestive system, and then they excrete with the material in the casting, that they are called casting or pellets. Okay, so they are full of microbes, and when that material goes to our soil enriches with these microbes also. So the best thing in vermicompost, if somebody asks, that is the active microflora. Microbial activity in worm casting is 10 to 20 times higher than in the soil, and organic matter that the worm ingests improves water holding capacity. This is the characteristic of the organic matter, which improves the water holding capacity, and that is really important. The castings are rich in humic acids, which condition the soil and help balance pH, improves nutrient recycling. For nutrients, provides plants with essential nutrients and aids in suppression of the plant diseases. That's also important thing, that they have actinomyces, mycetes, and also some fungi. They can remove the they have the antibacterial activity, antifungal activity, and they suppress a lot of disease by this method. And worm eat castings contain 5 times more nitrogen, 7 times more phosphorus, and 11 times more potassium than ordinary soil, the main minerals needed for plant growth. These are the main minerals, okay? And as well as there are a lot of micronutrients also, like zinc, iron, that's also available excessively in the vermicompost. Also, these vermicompost contains the phosphorus solubilizing, zinc solubilizing bacteria. Like this, they have very active activity, very good activity in the soil. You can see the composition here. Mostly people think that this vermicompost or the material, waste material like farmyard manure or some other things have a lot of nutrients contents, but that's not important. They don't have a lot of urea contains 46% nitrogen. They don't have the nitrogen 46%. They contain only a small quantity, but that is the full package of the nutrient. You can see a lot of nutrients are there, or some are missing there. And the important thing is organic matter, which is around 40 to 51% of more than this one, that is over there. And this organic matter helps to to supply the nutrients slowly, very very slow release happens because of these organic matter. So that's the important thing. If we apply the chemical fertilizers, they are instant and they readily available to the plants, but they can be removed very easily by leaching and by run off the water, so we can control them. But by applying vermicompost, we can control them. This is the big question: how to prepare vermicompost. And most of my students and other colleagues, they have interest in the how to prepare vermicompost. This is really a relaxing thing, that there's very easy method, nobody should worry about that. But I always say that practice makes a man perfect. If you don't do practice, if it's impossible that you will learn something. You have to come, to my lab. I will teach you each and everything, and then you will be master in one day, just one day. Okay, no need to do practice many times. Just one day you practice and you will be master. So, vermicompost production methodology, how we prepare them. First of all, we selection of site for vermicompost production. Then we do collection of organic waste. Then we do pre-composting of the organic waste. Then we prepare the earthworm bed and transfer of earthworms. And then finally, we do harvesting of vermicompost. Then after harvesting, we do the storage is also very important. So each and every step is very important. We have to consider, and we have to think about that if we miss something, that will be not good for vermicompost. It will affect the quality of the vermicompost. You can see a lot of types of vermicompost in the market and now available in Pakistan also in few quantities, but the quality is challenge, big challenge. You cannot trust the quality of the vermicompost, because some people are doing corruption. So that's the big element. We have to be careful about that. Though, so there are some steps. We can see step 1 to 5 steps. In first step, we are doing the collection of the raw material. Then we are doing the pre-composting. It takes 20 to 60 days, but normally it takes less than 20 days. Addition of earthworms for 60 to 90 days. After adding, we can wait for 60 to 90 days. And then finally we do harvesting through sieving. And then finally we have product, and we can use or we can store that. So the first step is selection of site for vermicompost. What kind of characters should be there? Vermicompost can be produced in any place with shade, high humidity, and cool. That's the first condition. It's very important. If we do some mistake by selection some site, that is you can disturb, you can destroy the whole money. Uh, and unused cattle shed or poultry shed can be used. It is produced in open area. Shady place is also selected. Is straw roof may be provided to protect from direct sunlight and rain. The waste heap for vermicompost production should be covered with moist gunny bags. Okay, for farmers and for students, I would say something important about the farmyard manure. How we can save the farmyard manure and how we can manage it. The vermicompost is the process to manage the farmyard manure, but usually the big mistake farmers do, that is the placing the farmyard manure in open area where there is sunlight, direct sunlight, and also uh, direct rain is coming. Okay, so we have to avoid the direct sunlight and rain. Please, it's very important. If we are doing vermicompost, we have to save it, and also we have to save the farmyard manure. Also, this is a raw material, but it has some soluble nutrients like nitrogen. So all the nutrient nitrogen can be volatilized, or it can be solubilized in the water, and water can run off, so we can waste nitrogen and some other nutrients also. So be careful. Collection of organic waste. So what kind of waste we can use for vermicompost? The thing is, crop residues we can use: wheat straw, rice straw, sugarcane, trash, etc. Wheat biomass also can be used. Vegetable waste like kitchen waste, or you can collect from the vegetable market and fruit market. Fruit waste is also important. Leaf litter, waste from agro industries like juice factories. They have a lot of agro waste. You can collect them. Biodegradable portion of urban and rural waste. That's also important. And the important thing is the farmyard manure, which we collect from the animals. That is the most important. Pre-composting of organic waste. This is the step, after collecting and after making the bed. I will show you some beds also. We do pre-composting. So what is the pre-composting? Pre-composting is the process when we collect the material and we make the bed. Now there is something, for example, in farmyard manure, if you put directly earthworms and the farmyard manure, they have some problem like heating problem or some gases are there. We have to remove, we have to cool down the farmyard manure first of all. Okay, so it takes around maybe 2 days, 3 days, or maybe maximum 20 to 25 days by heaping and making some structure. And we put lot of water over there. And the other thing is, have we have to wait for the until it becomes cool, and we have to check by thermometer, or we can also insert our hand. That's very sensitive for heat, so you can check directly, no problem. And this is also not harmful thing. Many people think that farm germinal, if we touch this is dirty thing and smelly. Right, this has some smell and dirt, but not toxic. You can clean hands by soap or something, and it will not make harm to you. And it also helps in removal of harmful gases. Cattle dung may be used after drying. Wet dung should not be used for vermicompost production. Yes, if this is fresh one, you can wait for 3 or 4 days, and then you can apply in the vermicompost. Preparation of earthworm bed. A good bedding material is required to put the waste for vermicompost preparation. What is the bedding material? Bedding material, actually we put some material on the ground to put some. After that, we put a layer of farmyard manure over there. So loose soil will allow the worms to go into the soil. That's the big problem. If you do this vermicomposting directly on the soil, it will make problem because some earthworms can go into the soil, and they will not exist. They will die, but we will lose them. Okay, so we will be very careful about them. And first of all, we can use a lot of things. We can spread some polythene layer, and then some other straws like rice straw, sugarcane trash, we can spread on the soil surface, and then we can add farmyard manure. Wooden boxes of different dimension, not 1 by 1 meter. You can change the dimension, and you can apply over there. Some pictures I will show you, like on the my right side you can see some wooden boxes, or you can see also window composting stage. There are some beneath the bricks, you will see the some sheet, polythene sheet, and then you put the bricks, and then you add the farmyard manure. This is fresh farmyard manure. You will apply water to cool it and remove the gases. When it is cooled, and then the next stage will come for applying the earthworms. Sorry. Common structures for vermicomposting. So you can make the bed directly under the shade, like on my right side, and on the left side is 4 tank system. You can make this tank also. And each and every system has some drawbacks and some positive aspects. You can find when you will handle it. Okay, otherwise it's useless to tell you. This is also structure. You can make these kind of structures or boxes. They are durable, and they can run for many years also. And also there is some system on the left side. You can see some for aeration. If you apply the air, that will be good for earthworms, and they will do more and more composting. Okay, here is a automatic system. This plant I have seen in Turkey. This plant is very special. Its dimension is around 1 meter wide and 20 meter long. Uh, this is really special. Maybe I will try to teach you how it works. On the bottom of the this, okay, I can see something more. No, okay. On the bottom of this reactor, you can see a sieve-like structure. Okay, some sieve is there, जिसको हम जाली कहते हैं, वो लगी हुई है. And first of all, we put the first layer of the farmyard manure, and we, that is sieved material and very good in texture, and we add the earth forms. Okay, because aeration is coming from the beneath the tank, so they have no problem, and also air is coming from the upper side, they have lot of oxygen for working. And then after 3 days 4 days, they have very calculated time, we add another layer of farmyard manure, that is almost, almost 1 feet of height. And after 3 or 4 days, again we add the layer, so we have to add layer by layer after 3 and 4 days. And there are a lot of earthworms, this reactor is full of earthworms. So they have very estimated time that we are adding the material, we have the earthworms, they can, make the vermicompost in 2 days 4 days, like that, they have the data. And finally, when we see that the material is coming on the top, on the ground level there is one blade, so it will move and it will start the cutting of the first layer we have added. So that will be collected and the upper layer will go a little bit down, we can add more material over there. So every 2 or 3 days we cut the material from the bottom, and the upper side we add the farmyard manure. In this way, this is continuous process, and we can, we can reserve the temperature and moisture. Also, that's automatic system. So common bedding material, we can add cow dung, horse manure, sheep manure, newspaper, wheat straw, rice straw, corn stalk. These things are there. Worms food. Now, what kind of yeah, food worms like to eat? Cattle manure, very important, very nice, and they love to eat it. Good nutrition, natural food, therefore little adaptation required for them. Poultry manure, that's their second, but poultry manure is the best manure in manures because it has a lot of nutrients as compared to farmyard manure. High nitrogen content results in good nutrition and a high value product. Sheep and goat is also good nutrition. And then some pre-composted food waste like vegetable waste or rotten farm, in some rotten farm we can add. Forbidden material, that's also important. Sometime this accident can happen if we apply some toxic material to the earthworms. Avoid feeding the worms large quantities of meat, even small. I think I have experienced even small is toxic. Citrus, citrus peel as well as juice, both are toxic. Onion leaves are toxic. Dairy foods like yogurt, dung of donkey, and feces of cat, not good for that. Some processed food also contains preservatives, which discourage the worms for eating it. Transfer of earthworms to the waste material. When we see that the collected material is now very good, that is cooled, now we will add the earthworms. Here, two things are important. How much earthworms should be added to the vermicompost process? Here is recommendation for them. 1 kilogram earthworms should be added to 50 kilogram of material like farmyard manure and straw. And here is also important thing in the picture that many people say they have maybe question that they can do some lay the eggs or directly some hatching. So first of all, they are hermaphrodite. They have male and female together in one body. So after mating, they will hatch the eggs. They will give the eggs, and then after hatching the eggs, they have some lot of small offsprings. So you can see the eggs of the earthworms. They are very in big size, and they are visible. So you can see in proper season on the bedding material. And the last step is harvesting of vermicompost. Actually, this is very interesting process. So every day you have to do some activity. Finally, after 2 months, the process is complete. Or maybe it is depends on the number of the earthworms and the material. If material is small and we have a lot of earthworms, maybe it will take only 10 days, 5 days. Okay, enough. So, how we can harvest? There are many methods. First method is by using the machine. On the right side, on the bottom, you can see a machine that is manual. We can work it, and we put the all material, including the earthworm and the farmyard manure, in this machine, and we just move. By moving, the earthworms will remain in the net, and the vermicompost will go to the ground. And on the upper side, you can see automatic plant, that you just add the vermicompost here, and the earthworms will be separated. These earthworms have big value. Okay, so I will add the value of the vermicompost by saying that by vermicompost you can uh, do lot of things. First thing is, you will get the vermicompost, as you have got this product vermicompost. It has a lot of benefits which I have told you. And other thing is vermi tea. You can see here the vermis company is making the vermi tea. This product is developed from the vermicompost. And the third product is earthworm itself. Earthworms are very costly. In Pakistan, when I started the work, they were around 10,000 per kg. Okay, 10,000 per kg. I have already purchased in 10,000. Okay, per kg. In per kg, in 1 kg, around 1,000 to 1,100 earthworms are adjusted. Okay, so if you count 1,000 earthworms, that will be almost equal to 1 kilogram. They were 10,000. Now the price is around 3,000 rupees per kg. In India, you can buy in 200, 300 rupees per kg, because a lot of people have a lot of amount of earthworms. In Pakistan, we have some problem. So this is the product and marketing. So the product is also expensive. Some people are selling in 200 to 300 rupees per kg. Some are selling 40 rupees per kg, but it depends on the quality of the vermicompost. The last thing is, very important thing is storing and packing of the vermicompost. Uh, the thing, before storing, we should understand that this is full of microorganisms. It is full of nutrients, and there is that can be problem, that if we store in bed position, like not normal temperature or in sunlight, the nutrients can be volatilized, and also the some microorganisms can die. So we have to save the our vermicompost. We have to store at proper time, a proper place where sunlight is not there, there is no rain water, and also that's dry place and cool place. So we have to be careful. Vermicompost can be stored for 1 year without loss of its quality if the moisture is maintained at 40% level. Yes, that's very important. You can save and you can store for a long time if you maintain the moisture. If it becomes dry, the most of the microorganisms will die, and maybe a lot of nutrients will be lost. Okay, be careful. If you keep it moist, then maybe no problem. Factors affecting the vermicomposting: feeding, temperature, pH, moisture, stocking density, CN ratio. Very important. A little bit I will tell you about the feeding. Temperature. Temperature should be around 25 to 30 degrees centigrade. Okay, for process, for metabolism, respiration, reproduction, and cocoon production. The eggs of the earthworms are called cocoon, so don't worry about that. So the important temperature. Even I have tried at 45 degrees centigrade. They are active. They need only air. Okay, and they are working very well in different materials. But less than 10 degrees centigrade is toxic. pH 4.5 to 9 pH is important. Moisture level should be 60 to 80%. Okay, if you have less moisture, then it's big problem. Stocking density, it depends. Stocking density of 1.6 kilogram worms per square meter is optimum for vermicomposting. So this is one data you can adjust it. CN ratio, because CN ratio is very important. If CN ratio is very high, the microorganisms cannot act over there. Even that is toxic for the earthworms. They will not chew that one. So the optimum CN ratio should be 20, 25, 30. Even 30 is also okay. Overheating, if temperature is going high, all the earthworms maybe die, or they have lost activity, and also microorganisms will die, so be careful. Protein poisoning is also important. Don't add lot of protein in the feed. Excess moisture. Excess moisture is also toxic, lead to compacted anaerobic condition and sticky the composting material. Pests and diseases of the vermicompost. That's the important thing, that earthworms, especially Azinophrida species, is really important. That is not affected by any disease. It remains very active, very healthy for a long time, and their life cycle is around 3 years. So no problem with that one. But some pests are there, they are very harmful, like hen, or some rodents. They can eat the earthworms. So some like mosquitoes are also toxic for them. So we have to be very careful about them. At the conclusion, I would like to say that vermicompost is rich in organic matter, which plays a vital role in soil fertility and contains all essential plant nutrients in sufficient proportions. Thereby, it is complete and balanced plant food, especially for kitchen gardening and farming at small scale. For nurseries, it's very good material. For crops, even now people are recommending and they are using, and they have very good results. Even I have tried to use them for wheat production. That's really very important facts over there. Vermi technology is overall package of doing the vermicompost. Vermiculture is the rearing of earthworms and doing the vermicompost. Rearing of earthworms is called vermiculture, and vermicomposting is a process, as I told you, provides the best answer for ecological agriculture, which is synonym with sustainable agriculture. I would like to acknowledge the my projects from HEC. I'm really thankful to HEC for providing me this opportunity, that I have done this activity. And at the end, I would like to tell you that now this activity has been expanded over Punjab, Sindh, and all over the Pakistan. I'm really happy that most of the farmers are now doing activity at their own farms. They are selling, and a lot of farmers getting information from me, and they are purchasing earthworms from different places. Now they are excessively available. Nobody has a problem with that. And now we are blessed that in market also vermicompost is available. So this was the activity done by me and my some other colleagues, and I am really thankful to my team also. Thanks to the Mr. Aman and other people which have a very good activity, and really they have arranged this meeting or seminar or webinar, whatsoever you can say. And I think maybe due to limited time, I could not explain many things which you will see at my farm. So you can come to me at any time. You can call, you can do messaging, and I will give you information. Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir. After going towards the question and answer session, I just want to ask the students to write their concerns in the comment box so that we might be able to address some of the more major questions regarding this topic. But sir, before starting that Q&A session, I just want to end up one of the question I came to realize while attending this session.
Yeah.
Basically, I have also practically tried to do worming composting in my home, and I came to realize that bad smell itself is one of the most big hurdle I came to experience, because when I was trying to decompose the material, especially the organic one, I came to realize that the bad smell was so bad that I just need to replace it or just dug into the soil because the smell was completely pungent and also irritating me.
Right. I have very good experience with that. This question. For example, if some animal die and you put that died animal over the surface for a short time, you will get a lot of smell over there. You cannot pass over the way. Okay. And on the other side, if you put a little soil over the body, you will see after a few days all the smell has gone. Okay, so the rotten material like vegetables or the fresh farmyard manure, they have a lot of problem of smell and some flies are over there. So this is the best solution of vermicompost. I have very good experience with that one. If you come to my vermicompost center or if you go to the market, you see the vermicompost. The best, if there is smell in the vermicompost, please don't buy that one. The main function of the earthworm is to remove the smell, because lot of smell and gases are removed at the pre-composting process. If there some remains, the earthworm itself and microflora, active microflora, will do activity. They will do mineralization, and all the gases will be removed, and the smell is uh, removed. So if there is smell in the vermicompost, that's not the complete process. Okay, so this is really good. I have experience to do at my own home, and many my friends are doing at home, so there is no problem. But yes, the rotten material, raw material has smell, so be careful. After adding earthworms, that will be removed inshallah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, another question has arisen from the comment section stating that Mr. Hafizur Rahman is stating that the ratio of carbon and nitrogen matters a lot in vermicomposting. But how can we really be able to measure it?
It's really difficult, but you can estimate from the raw material. For example, if you see the sawdust, it can also be added in the farmyard manure. Farmyard manure has CN ratio around 30 20 to 30 35 40. Okay, and that is good material already, natural material. For example, sawdust is, has 500 cn ratio. So you cannot add directly earthworm in that sawdust. So you can add a little bit portion in the farmyard manure to don't disturb the cn ratio too much. Okay, if you find the material like sugarcane trash, rice straw, they also have the high cn ratio. So before adding to the earthworms, you can add little bit urea, okay, over there, and you can, minimize the cn ratio. So please don't add the earthworms directly into the high cn ratio material. So yes, we can, manage. If you get some experience, you will know that this is no big hurdle, inshallah.
Okay, sir. Sir, another question is that what would be the time that the compost would be ready? Is there any sort of indicator or some stuff like that? Or did you get this experience by
Yes.
practically doing this stuff?
Yes. The first thing I told you, the thing is smell. Okay. Smell plus the texture is very important. After vermicompost, it becomes like, like tea particles. Okay. So you can see maybe in my slides also the picture of the vermicompost, or you can go to the internet. You can see it becomes, peat like material, very soft and, chewable like that. And sometime if we do over vermicomposting, it becomes like a soil type structure. As I have experienced when I did vermicompost over time, then it becomes like soil, like जिसको आप चिकनी मिट्टी कहते हैं, इस तरह की बन गई। तो इस तरह भी ये कन्वर्ट हो जाती है। तो बेस्ट जो सिंबल या इसका है वो है कि जब ये बिल्कुल स्मेल ख़त्म हो जाती है और बिल्कुल सॉफ्ट हो जाती है, और जस्ट लाइक आप इसको देखते हो कि ये टी टाइप बन जाती है।
Okay, sir. So another question from Mr. Hamad is that is there is any chance of spreading pathogen or diseases like flies all over that, and which act as a carrier for diseases and pathogens?
Yes, as I told you, there are some issues in over there. Some of flies. You can do some spray, or you can use some net in flies time. Every time there are no flies in special time. So like summer, some flies come, but you can cover the vermicompost bed with some straw or rice straw like that. So I think not big deal, you can handle over there. And
Oh,
also some mosquitoes can be handled as I have shown the structure, or you can use the some net like that. That's
okay, sir.
possible. Yeah.
I think so. Rest of the questions would be handled in the group. We will open the chat box in the group, and you can write your concerns in it. We will get you time where Sir would provide you the valuable insights of vermicomposting according to your questions. And I think so. It would be the closing remarks for you for us, that stating that thank you, sir, for your time and for the effort you put in for this webinar. We have just invited you, and even in the first attempt, you have given us an honor to be, you can say, host this webinar. And I think so it was an impactful webinar. After understanding swimming capacity, I think so it's our responsibility to practice it. Even through if we fail, most of the worms would die, and we will learn something new. And next time we will make sure that there would be a new techniques or new sustainable development projects which would start in Pakistan. And I especially invite students to practice this within the waste material which is produced into your home. And with such a limited knowledge, you can also consult from Sir Zubair by visiting them from the University of Agriculture, Faisalabad, and they can also give you brief insights about the vermicomposting, which would help you not only to practice it but also to develop the skills necessary to make it in such a way that you can successfully make a sustainable business model, which would future be incubated in any other incubation center. And before summarizing all the stuff, I just want to express a great gratitude to all the participants in this webinar, which have spent a reasonable amount of time in this webinar, and hope that you people have learned something new. With it, I just want to ask our founder, Mr. Kamar Abbas, who has started the PNL, Plant a New Life, an organization responsible for this reforestation and webinars and other education activities, to give some brief insights about the PNL projects, what PNL really doing, और हम किस तरह PNL में मजीद जो प्रोजेक्ट्स चल रहे हैं उनमें लोगों को कैसे इंटेक्ट करेंगे, आपको ब्रीफली और डिस्क्रिप्टिवली कमर अब्बास बताएंगे। जी कमर। अस्सलाम कमर, आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं? आई थिंक सो देयर आर सम नेटवर्क इश्यूज। चलिए मैं आपको थोड़ा सा
कमर
ब्रीफली
भाई
बता देता
अवेलेबल
हूँ।
नहीं, उनका नेट
चलिए,
नहीं आ रहा है।
आई थिंक सो ही हैज जॉइंड द मीटिंग। चलिए जब तक वो आ रहे हैं मैं तब तक आपको बता देता हूँ। PNL has successfully started floating wetlands project with the association with NIPG department, National Institute of Biotechnology and Genetics। और हम सक्सेसफुली फ्लोटिंग वेटलैंड्स को इंट्रोड्यूस कराने लगे हैं अपनी यूनिवर्सिटी के पॉन्ड्स में, जो कि फिशरीज डिपार्टमेंट का है अंडर द फैकल्टी ऑफ जूलॉजी। एंड आई होप दैट दिस प्रोजेक्ट वुड एंड अप विद इन 2 months। अभी इस पर रिसर्च चल रही है निपजी में, जिधर पानी का सैंपल्स जो हैं फिशेज वगैरह के नेचर और सब चीज़ों को स्टडी किया जा रहा है। एंड आफ्टर 2 months ऑफ सक्सेसफुल रिसर्च यहाँ पर फ्लोटिंग वेटलैंड्स इंट्रोड्यूस कराए जाएंगे। With that, we have also working extensively on waste management, and our team has divided into 3 groups which are working on rice waste management and some other plastic pollutants। और ये 2 domains ऐसी हैं जिन पे हम extensively काम कर रहे हैं। With it, we are extensively working on plantation drives. हमने कई plantation drives कराई हैं, and we are also working on plantation drives in future. But unfortunately, because of the climate, you could say that in the winter, most of the chances are that plants would not survive. So that's why we are stopping this plantation drives and working extensively on webinars and other stuff. मैं सब ऑडियंस का शुक्रगुजार हूँ कि उन्होंने इस वेबिनार को एंजॉय किया होगा एंड आई होप दैट यू पीपल हैव लर्न समथिंग न्यू एंड I think so the most benefit thing would be that you practice it in your home. And once again, I just want to thank you, Dr. Zubair Aslam, for being a part of this impactful webinar. I hope your technicalities and expertise would help all the students to become more creative in this successful domain. Thank you, sir, for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz, sir.